Good day, ladies and gentlemen of the community of YouTube. Today we are June the 4th. We're going to start an approximately 23-minute meditation. Once again, the first 5 minutes of the meditation, we're going to be in kechari mudra, which is the tip of the tongue blading and resting on the soft palate. The eyes locked in shambhavi mudra, which means directly and directed at the third eye, which basically is the mid-brow point. And from there, the first 5 minutes, we're gonna do spinal breathing pranayama. Spinal breathing pranayama is a technique from the AYP site, which stands for Advanced Yoga Practices. But wherein in your in-breath, you concentrate and you follow the breath as it goes into your nostrils and through your airways into your lungs, and you continue all the way down until the coccyx. When you are exhaling, you are letting the air out and go all the way up until here again. And you continue that for 5 minutes. The 5 minutes after that, you start, you focus in kechari, and in kechari you're going to, kechari is the tongue, and shambhavi here. Shambhavi is the mid-brow point, the eyes fixed in the mid-brow point. And while your eyes are fixed there, you're going to be saying Om, Om, Om in your mind. 5 minutes after that, you're going to do I am. So it's 2 different mantras that we're going to do each for 5 minutes. Then the last 8 minutes, you're just going to relax and sit still in shambhavi mudra without a sound and nothing, just contemplating. Let's begin now. Está grabando. Okay, now switch to the second technique using kechari for the tongue, shambhavi for the eyes, and the point of concentration also in shambhavi, basically focusing on the third eye and using the mantra Om for 5 minutes. One of the very good goals that I kind of hope for everybody that wants to join the Eternal Sangha from the comfort of their home is to develop the capacity and the drawing, something that draws you every day when you have some free time, to go into meditation and develop almost like a sense, an extra sense for drawing you towards meditation when you detect a time of clearness, in your everyday routine. Another thing that will be very useful for you and for you to enjoy actually is the capacity to detach as much as possible from the regular things of life, and in a meditative point of view, by the seriousness of your own meditational practice, you will see that the different contrast between your interest for the things of daily life and the matters of self-cultivation, which have to do with self-growth, introspection and meditation as a whole. The world of concentration is one of the richest places for the mind to go to. I just think of the lucid dreams. That alone, the degree of clarity that you can get in your dream time, and the capacity to interact with life and creation on a whole different level is some of the things that most people will never get. But it really is. It's very difficult to explain. I will give you an example as to what I'm saying. Imagine a sunflower that's in a sunflower field, and the only way it has to change environment and to go see things in a different point of view is to basically leave out its seed, to the wind or to the bees or to whatever insect can transport their pollen and their seed to another place, and then consider that other place to be perhaps a mile away, on top of a hill. And imagine that seed then is planted by that insect or that bee on top of the hill. And then from there, a new sunflower grows with a different experience, and now stares at the ocean and never had it experience something like that. Human life actually tends to be like that. And the points where you will transition from a meditative stance and from a perspective in life as to what you want are, in a sense, are like a different. It's very difficult to explain, but imagine that it's the same sunflower back in the field with tons of thousands of sunflowers in there. It's the same sunflower at the top of the hill, standing alone and staring at the universe, at the ocean, at the sky, at the flower field in the back. It's a different sunflower, but it's the same sunflower. And that's where you can get yourself a lot of improvement, a different perspective, and a different relation with your own life, with your own creator, with God, and with yourself as a whole. You should actually be doing the I am mantra right now. Tongue in kechari, eyes in shambhavi. One of the very important parts of meditation too is that the sounds that you hear are only like a dim light, and they take away your focus from your own meditation and your concentration exercises. What I find particularly important is that you actually continue the exercise beyond the sound. That's actually an exercise in and of itself. To go somewhere that's busy, that's very, in you, in a sense, you have to remain quiet and focused in your exercise. That's part of the challenge. But to arise from that place, when you wake up, when you, or if you fall asleep and you're meditating somewhere that's very loud, like a busy street or a food court, uh, when you open your eyes, to what you see all around you, to people's, waking state of consciousness. And that's a very beautiful thing. Eventually, you're able to see your technique as an actual thing, because you're so focused on it that the distractions eventually fade away, like they do not even exist. I also hope that most people will be able to enjoy that in their practice, but that is simply a matter of repetition. It really is just a matter of repetition. When you are doing your technique at home and you're hearing music, you're hearing noises, the noises serve you as a reference point from where to continue your meditation and your process. I think it's far less likely that you'll fall asleep if you have music, if you have noise, if you're surrounded by busy people, and that may wake you up and keep you busy. But overall, ideally, you don't fall asleep. But that's usually what happens to a lot of people that meditate. They relax so much that they fall into the sleep state of consciousness. The brain just shuts down because there's no stimuli. So a little bit of music tends to do that. In some places, like when we use Insight Timer, which I can't use today, it's wood loss, something that makes a noise or a bell every so often so that they can keep you up. So those are all tools that you can do to improve your meditation and concentration practice. But overall, there are important things in life, and the meditation, the expert meditationer usually has it. It's also a matter of focus. Unfortunately, to have a meditational focus from a life perspective, it's almost like a blessing. You actually have to be in the mindset of spending your entire life meditating, and the good thing about that mindset is that you already are, and when you choose that for yourself, you're already detaching yourself through the promise of dedicating your life to a meditational practice. You already are ripping yourself away from things which are bound to cause you to feel trouble, cause you to feel anxious, or that may distract you from your own well-being, to put you in a place where potentially you may get some backlash of some sort. So that's the goal of the invitation to the eternal Sangha, or to our group of meditation practice. It's just keeping that in mind and keeping that idea in your heart. So at this time, you should be doing this shambhavi mudra with kechari, and your focus should be in the mid-brow point. The breath is a very simple thing. People can't actually cheat their own breath. You can't increase your breath to make it bad or confusing. You can't complexify the breath. The breath is always a very controlled and or if I may say, automatic process. By focusing on your breath, you actually get to enjoy the stress-free way of existing in strict sense. So this concludes today's 23-minute time meditating. As you saw, life is like this. Life has its music, its distractions, its responsibilities. It has everything that you want and everything that you need to actually make it challenging and fruitful and worthwhile. So, you know, for those of you that are wondering what this song is called, it's called Beauty of Taj Mahal. And the artist name is Dinesh Mishra. And the album is called Monsoon Lounge Essentials. Wish you all the best.